All right, so we are going to do kind of a stand count. So we're just kind of going in the field, trying to get somewhat of a representative area of the corn. And Van is doing some counting.
Yeah, so at this spot we've got 21 corn plants in 1/1000th of an acre. I had to step it off with my boot. We don't have a tape measure with us. And so I counted off 20 plants in that 1/1000th of an acre. So it figures up, of course, everybody knows 20,000 population.
Yep.
There's some spots in here, and Andy can
Yep.
pan around.
Yep, we've got some weed issues. Just over here, there's a spot. They plant a little wide, and just so it's not everything ideal, but we want to get at least somewhat of a representative.
Right.
I mean,
and also we don't. So the corn planter that was used that we've talked about is the corn planter was a plate planter from like what we used in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s in the United States, and so the spacing, singulation, not very good. Kind of sweating today. It's warmed up. I don't know how many miles we've walked today, but man, it's got to be pushing a lot.
Yeah.
So the spacing, singulation is not very good with this planter. We need to, of course, use. We're thinking just something simple like a finger meter planter. It's got it in John Deere, Kinsey, something like that. We also don't know how deep this corn was planted. Might have been an inch, might have been 3 inches. We don't know. Seed bed, from what we saw, some of it was pretty rough. And so we're dealing with some conditions that aren't what we will do. But what we're trying to explain to you, and those who are watching this video, we're going to end up with some yields that aren't very good. But we understand it's because of population, stand establishment, weed control. We're going to be able to manage those things much better into the future.
all right, so what else would you like to do, Van?
So we're going to peel open some ears,
Yep.
count some kernels on the cobs, then we can do some calculations.
Yep.
Of course, just like in the United States, what do we use for number of kernels per thousand? We take the plant population times the number of rows around on a cob times the number of kernels long on a cob, then divide it by 70, 80, 90, 100,000. Smaller kernels, of course, use 100,000. That's the tough thing in this. We think this corn, because it's obviously never freezes here, we get 25, 26 GDUs every day. So this corn is going to come along. It obviously never freezes here, so we don't have to worry about that on the back end. So we could have pretty good quality high test weight corn. So that makes the corn kernels a little more dense, which could give us a little bit higher yield. So we're gonna see what we can find here. And so I'll peel down some husks on it. We'll break open some cobs and see what we find.
Yep. All right. So I'm just going to keep videoing. We can edit out if we need to.
So what I'm going to try to do is to pick a spot where the spacing in the corn was, and Andy can see down here in the ground, spacing is representative of about 20,000. Those who've grown sweet corn,
Yep, foot. Basically, it's about a foot,
It's,
10.5 inches.
yeah, so 17,424 feet in a 30-inch row. Pay no attention to the blood. I just grabbed one. We'll grab several in here.
Yep.
Fortunately, this video is running, so we're not going to be able to write down the kernel counts. But so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 around.
That's good.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32.
Yep.
So we're not quite black layer. Here's our milk line.
Yep.
So we're almost half milk line on this corn. The other thing is these kernels, of course, are going to continue to dent some. If we can keep the corn healthy, we'll just keep filling kernels. Those aren't too bad sized kernels.
No.
This is the first chance. So this is a Pioneer 30Y87. We're told it's 90-day maturity. Maturities, of course, just like in the United States, they don't really represent much. GDUs, if we do the math on 85 degrees for a high and 60, 65 for a low in the evening, we get a lot of GDUs. We would get the equivalent GDUs that we could almost grow 120-day corn in the United States. But it's different. Sunlight is a little bit different. So that's pretty nice ear corn. I'm going to go throw this on the ground and feed whatever animal I eat. We'll peel another here.
Yep.
So here's one right next to it.
Yep.
So
not quite as full, and that's all right. Got the highs and lows.
Smaller ear corn.
Yep. Maybe we'll try to do 3 or 4 in a row.
Yep.
And we get an average 4 or 5.
12, 14 around. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, about 22 long. We'll do the math later and
Yep.
we'll update it. Again, we're evenly spaced here.
Yep.
This we had a small ear. We got a pretty big ear here,
Yep,
but
but
we've
we
got
got a little bit
of a
more
gap,
space
so
there.
we
Yep,
don't
which-
want to.
Skew things too much.
No, we want to keep it accurate. Pretty big fat ears, and we just walked in a spot.
Yep.
We haven't walked across here to cherry pick anything. 2, 4, 6, 12, 14, 16. There's an 18 around cob.
Wow.
About 30 long.
Yep.
Solid ears.
Yep. Nice kernel depth.
Yeah. White cobs.
Yep. About half black layer, maybe not quite.
Yep. So we're still filling this corn.
Yeah. And it's not going to freeze. Weather's almost ideal. You know, as far as whoops.
There's a small ear.
Yep. Yep. A little closer spacing on that one.
Yep. We don't know the emergence.
Yeah.
Here's a blank stalk.
Yep.
There's a small ear.
Yep.
So here's a double.
Oh, on the same plant?
So there was an ear. So here's
There
an
it
ear.
is.
So here's two plants side by side, and here's the ears.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
That's beautiful corn.
Yeah. Yep.
It's kind of similar as we go down through here. So
Yep.
we'll do some math, and we'll update this later.
All right. Sounds great, Van. Thanks.